with Anish Giri, who's just drawn with the black pieces against Magnus Carlsen. Magnus is in the TV2 studio. We are not sure he's going to join us. Actually, after yesterday, we have our doubts. So we'll be happy to look at the game together with Anish Giri. Anish, your last two games you played against Magnus Carlsen, they were difficult.
Before this one, yeah.
Yeah, the last classical games. Did they still play a role in your head? I mean, trying to get the right attitude for this game?
Well, I think, of course, Magnus played me, when I was the most down, yeah, in this Bilbao game. I lost, I think, a couple games in a row before that, and unfortunately I couldn't put up a good fight then. And in Vikings he had played me nicely, but okay, I generally, if I get a fine position out of the opening, I don't think the game is any different than others. But of course Magnus is very, very tricky, especially in the openings. He's very good opening culture and always able to pose me some problems.
But not really this time? Or?
No, I think I was, for example, here, I'm already enjoying an advantage because he missed queen d5, and here I'm a pawn up actually, and I should have just gone ed4 and played this position. I'm not even sure he can take. I think he can take, and this is a very nice position for black. Yeah. I have he has so many weaknesses, and this was over ambitious. My point was to provoke rook c1, but
let's go back to that position. And why is that a nice position for you? When just
structurally speaking, I have this outpost on e5. And his king, the fact that he doesn't have pawn on f2 makes his king position somewhat weak.
Yeah.
And okay, I don't think I should win it.
And also, your knight, tactically, your knight can be coming into d3 quite quickly. So
that's in fact, this could be just lost for him after knight f4. I don't know. No, it was a disaster not to play ed. I mean, I planned to play ed after rook b1. Which I expected, which is a bad move, because I can take ed, knight d4, queen c5, and cd, knight f4.
So did I get that right? You were expecting Magnus to play a bad move?
No, I realized later. No, at first I thought it was a good move, of course.
Yeah.
No, king h1 is very strong, but somehow, I wanted to get a better version of this somehow with this. But
do this a bit slower, Anish, because we have many viewers who are not grandmasters, and they may not. Well, why is king h1 such a good move?
I think in all the lines, let's say after d5, I have this check.
Yeah.
And now I have very strongly group knight c8, which was my plan.
I'm blockading.
Yeah, and I have this extra pawn becomes real. And here I've actually sort of assumed that d5 is not possible because the pawn is hanging. But d5 is very strong, and I missed that. And had I just realized that, because this is very good for me, I think. He has these nice pawns, but his king is weak. Knight d3 coming, queen g6 is coming. I have good position without any risk at all at the same time. So it's a rare occurrence when you play Magnus. So it's a pity I couldn't have posed more problems. Yeah, because here I was thinking maybe I can play this, but there may be some. The thing is, I'm not able to get my knight to d6 anymore, and this knight on e7 is pretty bad, so I move like queen before, and finally I decided to go for f5. I thought I was maybe slightly better in the endgame, but he went queen before, and I think
this is a couple of moves further on.
Yeah, I think it's pretty equal. But okay, maybe it was not so much, but it was a pity not to use this opportunity here.
That was a real chance, which... Yeah.
Well, a real chance to get slightly better. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. I mean, it's not. I'm far from winning, but I have a real chance to be slightly better.
Yeah, which is not bad when you've got the black pieces against.
I felt he
an angry world champion.
Yeah, I felt he was too timid here with this bishop e3 and takes with the f pawn. I felt it was rather timid. I mean, I always get ideas of queen e6 f5 if need be and I also have this d5 idea. So I thought I was more concerned about various other things here.
But you've got a knight on a nice outpost there, haven't you? On f4.
Yeah, but without the f file open, had my pawn been on e6, like in many similar positions, where they take on e6, like I could have done in the game, then I'm threatening knight takes h3, and I can triple on the f file. Whereas with the pawn on f7, I'm not threatening much. I cannot move the queen because he will take, and I have to take with a pawn, ruining my structure.
Yeah.
So my knight is, you could say, stuck on a great square, but it's stuck still.
Yes.
So I was not concerned here, but I was very happy that at least to take with the knight I thought was a better thing, because I was very happy with this position. I have queen e6. Well, maybe he should still try to go d4, stopping queen e6. But then I go here and then queen e6. I think I'm very comfortable.
And yeah, I mean structurally, it's very, very committal to play a move like d4 there, isn't it? Because his e pawn can become weak.
Yeah, I think he's already. But on the other hand, if he doesn't, I'll play queen e6 f5. I think it's just very, very comfortable. Yeah, I think it's a very strange decision by Magnus to go bishop e3.
So what was he doing in the opening? What was his idea in the opening in general? Do you have any thoughts on that? I mean, sort of,
yeah, well,
you know, I mean, not the specific.
Well, I can tell you the idea. The idea was that he was trying to postpone taking, yeah, because that's what people generally do. They take on e6 at the first opportunity, let's say here.
Right.
And then we play this position where, as I mentioned, I put a knight on f4 and triple on the f file as one idea. Whereas what he tried to do is develop without taking on e6,
yeah,
which is a very, very decent thing to do. And okay, here, I mean, yeah, I have, for example, some interesting options. Actually, I analyzed it, but I can't remember exactly the details. But well, it was an interesting idea not to take on e6, and maybe there will be more games in the future.
Yeah. So, yeah, and a good game today. You started in a very disappointing fashion with a loss. Is that something that is now behind you? That you think, okay, I've played a couple of good games. That was something which happened a week ago, or? Well,
it's behind me, but it's still in the tournament standing. Yeah, it's written there in a very thick lining, the SPET 0.
Yeah, you cannot remove that.
You can put it behind as much as you want, but the fact of the matter is that I'm on 50%, so yeah, still way to go.
Okay,
great,
very good, and you seem to be ready to go.
Well, I'm still looking for Jan Ludwig, yes, as I said at the opening of the tournament. Not going to be easy. No, and by the way, this thing about Jan Ludwig, my last two games I was suffering very badly against him for 7 hours and making a draw, so that was of course just a joke.
Yeah.
No way insulting Jan Ludwig.
No, which is easily misinterpreted these days.
Yeah, by haters.
By haters.
Haters gonna hate. So it's fine.
Good, Anish. Well, thanks for this explanation, and well, we wish you lots of luck in the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, thank you.
Unless you want to say something, but
well, I'd like to thank. No, thanks.
You're going to give your Oscars speech. No?
Yeah. It's not for my family and all those. So no, it's okay. We are too early.
You have on a note, or
yeah,
too early for that.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And make sure you're ready for dinner in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take it.